Hey there, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me here today. My name is Halen. I've got Gray Kitty behind me on the bed. He's a very fat, lazy cat. I love him very much. Your reading today is much happier than the Taurus reading yesterday, which felt like it was navigating some murky waters a little bit. There was like some tests involved or some trickster energy. It was interesting. Definitely shadow work material. But here, I feel like we're moving into this energy in your reading about miracles. There's a lot of lightness and a lot of miracles, and it feels really beautiful. So I'm much happier to deliver this message. You start the reading in the past position with this prayer that you were holding in the liminal space for a very long time. It feels like this was your manifestation journal, your vision board. This is your recipe book. And I feel like you wrote down this recipe for cookies, okay? And it was like this cookie that you were waiting on for a really long time. I'm hearing it felt like millennia, perhaps, where you were waiting and waiting for this cookie to be delivered into your hand, right? You're waiting for the physical manifestation, for this grace to bring you the physical manifestation. Well, in your recent past here, it's showing to me that something was delivered to you, some gift that felt miraculous in a way, because it's like, you know, when you put the cookies in the oven and you forget they're even in there because they're taking so long, it's like, oh yeah. I don't think you forgot. I think you were holding space for this for quite a while, wondering if it would ever happen, but it did happen. It's showing this delivery of a gift here, of a dream. And it makes me think of that song by Halen that I've been singing with my partner on the phone lately a lot. You're making my dreams come true. It's pretty cute, right? So you feel like you were given a gift, like this gift of grace, or something came true here. And this is showing me, it's like you're saying life is what you make it with the new beginnings. Well, the cookies are out of the oven, okay? All in your past position. So because this cookie was delivered to your hand, you're suddenly free to move on. You're not bound to the house anymore with the cookies in the oven because you can't leave the oven on and leave the house, right? It's like a fire hazard. It's kind of like that. So you're suddenly liberated because of the cookie being delivered. I hope this is making sense. So something manifested here that felt like it was a long time coming in your past position with this Moon Maiden's the new beginning. You have a new slate. It's like, well, what's next? Life is what you make it. It was really important that this thing came into vision for you, into physical, tangible reality for you, and it did. And so now you're being freed up. Your energy is being freed in some way. And it's also reiterating to you that, you know, it's kind of like asking, you shall receive. It's kind of got that energy. So you definitely had some powerful manifestation occur here in your recent past. The current energy is showing you where it feels like you're in this whole new world all of a sudden, with the World card and the Ace of Pentacles with the Watchers. And this made me think of this story that my uncle shared with me when he was going into this AA program years and years ago for the first time, and he finally healed his alcohol addiction. And I remember him saying he felt like he was in an entirely new world. Because he was like, people just smile at me, like people are so friendly and kind, like when did this happen? Like they hold the door open for me at the store. And there's something where I always view this like a cell, and this is like osmosis, where you've got the Empress showing up here as well. It's like you're attracting things into your energetic field because you're liberated, right? So because you're no longer in an energy of waiting, which limits you or ties you down, it binds you in some way, because something happened, the cookie was delivered, you're free, and suddenly you are in a whole new energy. You're in a whole new world. It's like a whole new dimension or energetic frequency where there's a lot of new opportunity for you now because it's like, what next, right? I got my cookies. It's like, what are the new cookies on the horizon? And with the Watchers, the transpersonal, it's making me think about that osmosis idea again, about it's like, yes, your energy is shifting, but that's what's causing all these energies outside of you to alter and shift around you. And it's like people are taking notice of this new thing about you here, this new vibration. I'm talking about a new vibration, the Beach Boys. And it's beautiful because in this current energy, we've got the Watchers, but it's also showing this soul tribe here, like this sense of belonging, right? And these are a group of women, very clearly, it doesn't need to be that specifically, but they're looking to the stars. And with it coming out with a higher view, and then also this Muse of Voices, it's like these are your people, or you're finding a sense of belonging that, it's like really, it's kind of like making me think of my uncle in his AA meeting, right? But it's just like being seen and supported. These people are your people, because with the higher view and then the triangle for me at the end of this pathway here is profound. When I first started having a lot of my psychic experiences, the triangle was huge for me. I can't quite explain it. I was just shown it all the time, and it felt like it was this like secret symbol, like it carried so much information about like man and woman make a baby, like life and death make some kind of new reality is what it was always talking about to me. And because it's like where spirit and matter meet. And it's making me think of that as well, because these are starting to look like, it almost looks like some kind of moth, or it's some really strange creature with wings here. Something new here. Something new. It feels a little alien, right? It's like they're looking up at the stars as well. So there's, and then the higher view. There's something here that feels, you know when it's like you let your freak flag fly? It's like the punk rockers finding one another. You know what I mean? Like, the outcasts of the school, like whatever this is. But it's because you all are walking a similar path, and it's about what the triangle, all the information that the triangle contains to me. Also, this is a moon. So it's a spiritual experience, right? I mean, that's what we're really talking about. We're talking about a spiritual community, or a place where you belong. It could be a church for some of you. It's like a place where people get you, a yoga studio. This belonging is really interesting. And I'm kind of wondering, I'm like, why are you in such a new energy? Like, why are you so liberated from this cookie or this manifestation finally coming true or being delivered to you? It's like it was always part of your story or your fate, and that had to happen so that you could move forward. And so you're in this energy where everything is feeling quite magical, right? You're making my dreams come true. And because you're vibing like that, right? That's really what we're saying here. You're meeting new people who are also experiencing the same energetic pattern or frequency, and there's this higher view in it. There's the stars, there's the triangle, there's something going on with all of that. It feels I kind of feel like it's a little alien, but that's not what I want to say. It's very spiritual. And it was like what I was just talking to my friend about on the phone, my partner, and we were talking about a secret code language. It's kind of like that. It's like, right, these people understand your secret code language. It's something like that. So it's obviously more than my uncle being like, oh my God, people are holding the door open for me. People are smiling at me. But there is starting to feel, Gemini, like a lot of love suddenly appearing for you in this reading. And I love it so much, because what comes out next, well, it's like you're finding this place where you're walking the same road as other people and it all connects. And this Ace of Cups comes up with all of this unconditional love and all this quick communication and the time machine. And it's like, Gemini, it's time. And so even though you've experienced the cookie being delivered, okay, the manifestation coming true, the vision, whatever, and you're in a period or a place now where you're liberated and there's tribe, a sense of tribe or community, you finding your people, something like that. It's making me think of my friend who's actually starting to go to a church that she actually likes because she has a lot of religious trauma. And she says, I can make friends there once I stop crying at how beautiful, the sermons are or whatever. She's really funny. She's very sweet. It's making me feel like that though. It's like, it's interesting. This totally could resonate for her. Or she's sort of had this liberation from a particular situation, going through a court situation, and she had a gift in that whole scenario that's filled with grace, quite miraculous, and she's now starting to, she got out of a domestic violence situation, and now she's like really she's stepping into this whole new world with this new energy where she's attracting like-minded individuals. And it is reminding me of that Taurus reading in a way of like going towards the true light and not the false light, because she's had some choices along the way and she's making these choices that are, there's temptation in them, but then she's choosing these choices that are the true light of her true soul's calling, and she's making new friends, finding new communities along the way that are in alignment with her, and it's just beautiful. It's like living a whole new life. It's exquisite. Don't you love redemption stories like that? Okay, so in the future placement here, before we get to the extended, it's like there's all of this unconditional love communication coming at you, and it's saying it's time, Gemini, it's time. And I was like, whoa, what is going on here? There's a lot of love, and I feel like this is you receiving love 1001%. Because again, did I point this out here? We've got the Empress at the bottom, and we've got the Lovers, and we have the King of Cups, we have the Star. So this is about something from childhood here. And then the Sun. This is about healing your capacity to be, because the Star is here with this healing, and then the King of Cups makes me think of like an outpouring of love, emotional availability, things like that. There's a capacity to receive genuine love here, right? The happiness, the love, the attention even that you desired as a child. Not attention, but I would say belonging, right? Whatever this is. And your time is coming. And I cannot stress this enough. Even here, we have the Ten of Cups at the bottom. Do you see how much love is suddenly in your reading? It's just like love, 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 love. So much love for Gemini with the Justice card, because your time is coming. It's like the Queen of Swords maybe has had to be kind of cold or something, or like hyper rational, or self-critical, or like dotting your I's and crossing your T's. It's making me think of Virgo energy, and just like having all your shit together, being sort of matter of fact, the voice of reason, but there's just all this love and justice here, where I want to say I don't necessarily know if any of that matters. It's making me think of like a woman in a business suit all of a sudden, whatever this might be. There's this outpouring of unconditional love that it's time for you, that's coming your way, that it's time for you to receive. And it's not about being like methodical in any way or being anything other than what you are, right? Like, because if you look here, it's making me look at these cards side by side. It's kind of like, see this little girl right here and how like messy and like woo, free and crazy she is, and how different she is here. Right? It's like we trap that cup away in some way. Our emotions, we trap our emotions away. But this part of you is wanting to come out and be seen. It's a little zany, perhaps, a little kooky. But that's where there's like a more outpouring of love, because it's like letting your freak flag fly, right? Like my uncle finally getting sober, and it is like that Taurus reading of like addressing the wound or the sort of like corrupted seed or the shadow, right? And then, oh my God, on the other side of that is all this love waiting there. I had no idea, right? That's how he felt. He was like, when did this happen? When was the world, how long has the world been such a kind place? And I had to get clarity on this for your future placement where we end this, not extended, before we get to the extended, because I was like, what the fuck is this? I feel so much, I know they don't look it probably, but the feel of them coming off the table, it's like static or something hovering over these cards. They're all laid out in a row like this, and I still see it. They hold so much power to me. I was like, what the fuck is going on for Gemini with the Merry Motive? It's talking to me about, there's like some kind of opportunity or being seen, or, so I needed clarity. I was like, is this an epiphany, right? This kind of looks like, oh, Gemini is maybe seeing something, having an epiphany. Great, that's amazing. I don't feel like that, because it's suddenly like there's this flurry of outside energy coming into you as you reclaim this sort of like lost and free part of yourself. And so this Merry Motive, it's like this star is you, like standing out from the other ones here. So see, there's something going on, and I had to get clarity. Like, why are you standing out? Or like being noticed? And I was like, well, who is this? What is this? Why is this feeling so intense to me? Because you'd think that it's time for you to receive this love. You'd think that would be like, wow, that's really intense. No, I don't feel the intensity off these cards for some reason as I do right here, where it feels like an opportunity. It makes me feel, it makes me think of so many instances in my life where you're right on the precipice of this big change and it's coming. And it's like life-changing is the only way I can put it. It's life-changing. I genuinely feel this. It's a very big, bold thing to say. And I got clarity, and it showed these two energies outside of you clearly, because you're here with all these coins dropping into your basket. It's not a basket, it's her shirt or whatever. All these delicious divine treats, but this feels like someone discovers you. It's like, I don't know who this is, this Shah of Swords, but it's like, I feel like somehow you are being witnessed, that this individual, it could be a business opportunity, it could be so many things. There's a specific, okay, I'm just gonna share it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm thinking of a specific circumstance in my life where someone was writing a book about a family member of mine, and my family and I have never told our story. And the estate was told to absolutely not contact us and all these different things. And I had, God, there was a lot going on personally where I was having psychic experience and spiritual experiences happening with this deceased loved one of mine that this book was going to be written about. And wanting something to be like out it, or I don't quite know, actually. I don't really need to go off about it. But I remember thinking, I said to a friend of mine, they said something about me writing it, and I said, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. And I was guided to share this like one very small, very vague thing on my personal Facebook page. And suddenly this random person, this man, contacts me, and he's like, hi, I'm writing a book. I was told not to contact you, but I am, and I am able to. It's already been signed off on, and I want to chat. Can you talk? And it was like this moment for me where I was like, oh my God, I don't have to do it on my own. And it didn't feel like it was something I needed to do or any kind of big truth to reveal, and I definitely didn't want to step on anyone's toes or anything. So it was like, why is this even coming up? But it was basically my deceased loved one letting me know, hey, you're meant to speak to this person. And it was just really wild. And like they had written for, like the Rolling Stone or whatever, and da-da-da. So it was like, okay, great. I don't have to do it on my own. That's kind of how this feels to me. It's just like this idea of someone comes to you, and that scenario in my life was not life-changing. I just have to say, it was just something that my deceased loved one really needed and wanted, and then it happened here in the forums, and I didn't have to lift a finger. You know what I mean? I just had to talk on the phone, and it was really simple. It wasn't a big deal. But whatever this is here for you feels like it's much bigger than my personal example and story. Because whatever this is here, whatever it's changing for you, I looked at the bottom of the deck, and it was like the wheel in the world and the high priestess. And I was like, holy shit, Gemini. I don't know. It feels like this is something that could change the course of your destiny. And it's like these really big words that I'm afraid to mutter. But that's kind of what's coming out here. I don't know what the fuck this would be. You've got this onslaught of love, and it's it's time, right? Maybe you're feeling that something's coming towards you. It's like, I don't know if you have a story to share. I mean, I don't know what this is, but there's eyes, there's a book with all these ideas. It's just like this looking in, which is kind of like what that energy was. Maybe that's why it's reminding me of that, is when that guy contacted me and literally was like, hey, I'm a writer from this place. Can I talk to you? And it was like, wow, you know what? Because of all the weird things that have been going on, you know what? Yeah, I would have not ever said yes otherwise, but yes. And it's like, great, I'm going to give you a call. And you're like, all right. That's how it feels. And I don't know what it is. Where this like star is standing out for whatever reason or whatever that means. Something's shifting here. We've got the burst of magic at the bottom, which is just like, it's saying the exact same thing to me as this card, because I'm noticing it's like something resurrecting or coming to life. And I think it's you. I feel like this is you. Something's going on here. And I'm just so curious. I feel like I could sit here and pull cards all day, but I really don't want to. I just want to go to the extended. But you've got endless possibilities, feeling the world, and the dream thief. So this is coming out with a lot of information. The disowned self with the root girl. It's again something about like that. There's something that was taken or something with the dream thief and the root girl. This childhood thing that you've got going on. You're letting yourself basically be seen, right? It was like I had so many weird instances leading up to that random guy contacting me for that book or whatever, that it was like, oh, like, well, I know what to do. I know what the right thing is. Had those synchronistic psychic events not happened, I absolutely would never have spoken to him. But I was getting this message from my deceased loved one leading up to it, like basically saying, hey, when this person talks to you, say yes. And it was like, oh, okay. And that was it. It wasn't a big deal. This feels a little bit more of a bigger deal. I mean, the high priestess really intrigues me here, unless this is something that you're just feeling coming on. But the obstacles is here with the clarity and organization. So it's like there's this burst of magic. I just want to say, and I'm going to just go to the extended so I don't continue, but it's like, because there was an obstacle here, something's going to make a lot of sense. It's like this was a gift, this wall, this obstacle for all this clarity and this connectivity that follows. So there's, again, this idea of this soul tribe, or all these connections being made, your world expanding, the web expanding. There's something going on here that feels like, you know, if you were like a musician or something, this is 100,000% like the record company finding you, which, you know, have my things to say about that if it's the music business. But whatever it actually is, there's something here that it feels like it lands in your lap. And with that, I'm just going to go on over to the extended and see what the fuck this is actually talking about. There's something new here on the horizon. It's just very clear. Something's coming. Okay. Thank you so much, Gemini, for joining Grey Kitty and I here today. If you want to join me over at the extended, that will be through the link at the top of the description box below through the Patreon. And if you would like a private session, my website, halennelah.com, is underneath that. And I will hopefully see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Bye.